from the Wellington County Museum and Archives. This week we're going to be doing our Valentine's couples craft. So get your kits ready to go and let's have some fun and make a craft. Alrighty everyone, so these are the supplies that you will need for your potted candle. Most of these supplies we have provided to you. Some of them you'll have to find in your own kitchen. But what you will need is you'll obviously need your clay pot, your wax. Mine is already melted, but yours will be in white chunks. A little bit of clay or Play-Doh, your wooden wick with its metal base, rosemary, mint, a flower, or any other type of smelly flower or herb that you would like to add to your candle yourself. The flower and the herbs that we have given to you, you can use all of them, you can use none of them, that's totally up to you. So let's get started. The first thing that you are going to want to do is you want to deal with that hole that's in the bottom of your pot. So you're going to grab your clay and your Play-Doh and you're going to work it into the bottom of your pot so that the hole is completely filled in. So I have done that already. You can see that it covers most of the base of your clay pot. That's to try and to ensure that there is little to no leakage at the bottom. You can see that the bottom hole is completely filled up, so it shouldn't leak while you're making your candle. Next thing you want to do is you want to get your wick prepared. So your metal base here, it has a tall sort of stem part on it. That's where you're going to stick into your wick. You're going to take your wooden wick. One of it, end of it will go right into that tall section of your base. Just like so. Nice and easy. You're going to stick that right onto about the center of your pot. Just like so. Nice and easy. Now comes the fun part. First you need to melt your wax. So this is going to take a couple of minutes. You'll need a measuring cup or a bowl that's microwavable safe. Take a couple of moments in bursts of 3 to 40 seconds to melt down your wax as much as possible. If you have little small chunks in it, don't worry about it. You can use a spoon, a popsicle stick, something to stir it all together to get that all melted down. And then you are ready to have some creative fun. So what you're going to do here next is you're going to use your herbs or your flower petals to make a fun design inside of your pot. So we're going to show you inside the pot a little bit better while we're doing this. You're going to take your wax. There's a couple ways that you can do this. You can take your wax and you can pour it right into the pot in one go and add your flower petals or your herbs into it in that way, or you can layer it. So that means dumping a little bit of the wax in, adding some things, letting it dry, and doing that over and over again until you run out. Or you can do what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to dump in the wax, I'm going to add a few stems of my rosemary, let it dry, and then we're going to decorate the top of it. So you want to hold your wick down a little bit so that you're able to make sure it doesn't move or shift. The amount of wax that I'm going to be pouring in is not going to fill my pot, but yours will. And next what you're going to do, you're going to grab some pieces of your rosemary, your mint. You can get some help from your partner if you need to. And you're just going to add your pieces into the wax. Some of it's going to float. That's okay, because we're going to fiddle around with the rosemary and get it to sink to where we want it to go. You can use a toothpick, a popsicle stick, a spoon to move these pieces around. I want all of these to go into the candle, so you can gently push them in. You can make them stand up. They can be horizontal. Take your time. You don't need to rush. Have some fun with it. I want all the rosemary in my candle to be in the candle so that I can decorate it a little bit later. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. Gently take your finger off if you're still holding your wick, and let your candle sit here to cool down. You'll notice that our wax here is already starting to get that white ring around it. That's a good indication that it's dry enough that you can start decorating the top without worrying of it sinking down to the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I have some leaves from a mint. I'm also going to use petals from the flower that I have here because they're a really nice pretty peach color. You're just going to take off those petals, trim them if you need to with your fingers or a pair of scissors if you want to be exact. And all you're going to do, you can use tweezers if you want to be precise. So you're going to gently put your petals, maybe your mint leaves, and a really pretty design. I'm going to trim that a little bit, just to show off some color. You can go all the way around. You can do half of your pot. It's totally up to you. But again, take your time. If you don't like something, you can take it out. You can add more. If you find that your wax is too dry to do this, I would suggest getting a hair dryer and just gently blowing some hot air onto your wax to help the top layer melt again. And then you can add more flower petals or other types of color that you would like to. I'm going to add one more mint leaf, I think, just to show you just sort of the things that you can do. After you're finished doing that, if you would like, this wick here covers even over top of the pot, and you may not necessarily want to do that. You can get a pair of scissors after your candle has fully dried. Make sure that it is fully dried and just snip the top off so that it's level with your pot, or you can leave it just so, as I've done here. Let it dry completely. If you don't like it, take it all out. Just hair dry it again to get that top layer wet again, and try again until you feel satisfied. And then later on in the evening, if you would like, you can set them alight as you have a nice lovely Valentine's dinner with your partner. And that's really kind of it. So enjoy yourself, have some fun, be creative, and we'll see you next time. And that's it. So I hope you had some fun making your Valentine's couples craft, and I encourage you to light them during your Valentine's dinner tonight. If you enjoyed yourself, we do encourage you to visit us at wellington.ca/museum to find out more interesting virtual workshops that we'll be providing for you. We'll see you then.